What if the SUV everyone is calling the bargain of the year isn't the bargain you think it is? Welcome back to Supercar, where we go beyond the marketing and tell you what it's really like to own today's hottest cars. If you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications, because today we're taking an honest look at the 2025 Dacia Bigster. It's being praised as the ultimate value SUV, but after digging deeper, I found things Dacia probably wishes you never heard. This might be the review they don't want you to watch. What happens when the budget king isn't a bargain anymore? The 2025 Dacia Bigster starts at just over $25,000, a price that changes everything. Dacia built its reputation on offering unbeatable value. But at this price, the Bigster is competing with established rivals like the Kia Sportage, Hyundai Tucson, and Skoda Karoq. Once you enter that price bracket, buyers expect more than just affordability, and that's where the Bigster starts to lose its biggest advantage. It looks premium until you take a closer look. There's no denying the Bigster has real road presence. Its bold styling, upright grille, and rugged proportions make it look like a serious family SUV. But the closer you look, the more the budget roots become obvious. Wider panel gaps, a less refined paint finish, and heavy plastic cladding reveal the cost-cutting underneath. It looks expensive from a distance, but up close, it still feels more like a dressed-up Duster than a true premium SUV. Step inside, and the budget roots become impossible to ignore. The Bigster's cabin is built for durability, with hard plastics and simple materials, but at $25,000, buyers expect more. The seats are comfortable on short trips, yet can become tiring on longer journeys, and the interior lacks the premium feel offered by many rivals. The biggest disappointment is the technology. Entry-level models rely on Dacia's basic media control setup instead of a fully integrated infotainment system. While it keeps costs down, it also makes the cabin feel more stripped back than modern. There's a fine line between keeping things simple and leaving out features buyers now expect, and the Bigster doesn't always get that balance right. What is under the hood? A question the Bigster does not answer confidently. The powertrain is the 1.2-liter TCE mild hybrid with 140 horsepower, paired with a 6-speed manual or an automatic depending on trim. On paper, 140 horsepower sounds adequate. In reality, when you are hauling a family, a dog and a boot full of luggage, this engine works hard. Very hard. The mild hybrid system gives you a tiny electric boost off the line, but it is not a full hybrid. You do not get electric-only cruising. You do not get meaningful fuel savings in traffic. What you get is a slightly smoother start-stop system and a small improvement on the emission sheet. Dacia claims this is efficient motoring, but rivals like the Kia Sportage and Hyundai Tucson offer full hybrid systems for similar money, systems that actually save you fuel in the real world. The Bigster's engine is fine. It is just not competitive. And when you are asking people to step up from a Duster to a Bigster, fine is not good enough. Drive it, and the chassis tells you exactly where the money did not go. On the road, the Bigster is predictable. The suspension is soft, which is great for speed bumps and potholes. But take it around a roundabout with any enthusiasm, and the body lean will remind you that this is a tall, light SUV built to a cost target, not a dynamic benchmark. The steering is light and vague. The braking is adequate, but lacks the confident bite you get from German or Korean rivals. Wind noise at motorway speeds is noticeable, and the tire roar from the cheaper rubber most owners will fit only makes it worse. It is not a bad car to drive. It is inoffensive, but again, at over $25,000, inoffensive is a problem. The Skoda Karoq drives with more polish. The MGHS offers more equipment for less money. Even the Dacia Duster at around $21,000 feels like a smarter buy because it knows exactly what it is. The Bigster, meanwhile, seems confused about whether it wants to be a budget hero or a mid-range contender, and it ends up failing at both. Here is the uncomfortable truth that Dacia does not want you to hear, and this is why Dacia might hate this review. The Bigster is not a bad car. It is a mispriced car. Dacia has spent 20 years teaching us that they are the alternative to overpriced, overcomplicated modern cars. They stripped away the nonsense and gave us honest metal at honest prices. But the Bigster breaks that contract. It asks for mid-range money while still delivering a budget experience. The $25,000 starting price is not making CSUV performance affordable. Again, it is asking budget-conscious buyers to stretch their finances for a car that does not reward that stretch. At this price, you are not buying a clever Dacia. You are buying a compromised SUV that happens to have a cheap badge. So who should actually buy this thing? If you are a die-hard Dacia fan who has owned a Duster, a Sandero, and possibly a Logan in a past life, the Bigster will feel like a natural step up. It is bigger, it is bolder, and it still carries that no-nonsense attitude. If you absolutely must have a brand new CSUV and your budget is a hard ceiling of $25,000 with no wiggle room, it is an option. But for everyone else, the normal family buyer, the commuter, the person cross-shopping on AutoTrader, I have to say it, look elsewhere. The Kia Sportage offers a 7-year warranty and a full hybrid. The Skoda Karoq offers a smarter interior and better residuals. The MGHS offers more kit for less cash. The Bigster is outgunned, outclassed, and worst of all, outpriced. The final verdict. So here is the bottom line. The Dacia Bigster is a car that looks like it belongs in the big leagues but plays like a mid-table substitute. Dacia built their reputation on being the honest underdog, but the Bigster feels like a bait and switch. It is bigger, yes. It is bolder, yes. But it is not better value, and value is the only thing that ever made Dacia special. Take that away, and you are just left with a $25,000 SUV with hard plastics, a hesitant engine, and a badge that no longer guarantees you got a deal. If you enjoyed this review, smash that like button, subscribe to Supercar, and let me know in the comments. Would you still buy a Dacia at 25 grand? Or has the brand lost its way? I will be in the replies. See you in the next one.
With